Hi guys, Jessica Cameron here with Scream Queen Stream. So something I've been curious about is the people I respect, hang out with, my colleagues. What do they think a Scream Queen is? There's been a lot of talk over the years as to if a Scream Queen really does exist. Obviously, a lot were based in their heyday in the 70s and 80s. And obviously, you know, my take on it is that we do exist and we're here and we're not going anywhere. But I wanted to find out what other people think. So that's what we're going to feature on this episode. I hope you enjoy. As always, if you do, please hit the like button below, subscribe, and share the content. We look forward to bringing you more stuff next week, and we hope you're having a great holiday. Bye. Awesome. If you'd be so kind as to state your name.
Hey, what's up? I'm Hilliard Guest, writer, director, producer. I have a podcast, Screenwriters Rant Room. Check it out.
Awesome. And what is your definition of a Scream Queen?
My definition of a Scream Queen may be a little different than some of the others. Some of y'all motherfuckers. I like the person who's weak who becomes strong. That's what I'm drawn to. That person who, one of our people in here were saying something about how somebody becomes like they have an ability they didn't know they had. So I usually like to tap into that. Like, what was that ability they had that saves them later on? Like, if they're a scientist or something, you realize later on they come up with a formula that creates whatever to kill the monster, you know? So, like, I like that thing where somebody's, like, weak in something and they're put in a situation, they realize, oh, my God, I had it all the time. You know what I mean? So that's what I like. So. And
who is your favorite Scream Queen?
You guys are going to laugh about this. I like Sarah Polley in Dawn of the Dead.
Oh, yeah.
Go Canada.
I love her in this movie. It's like I always tell people, like I don't believe there's any such thing of writer's block, and that is like one of the movies I turn on whenever I feel like I can't write. I turn on the first 15 minutes, the first sequence of Dawn of the Dead, leading up to when they get to the mall, all the way up there, and I'm like, I can write anything. Yeah. There's like something about just that journey and how it all, I'm looking over here at him, that journey and how all that happens, and I just freaking love it, you know.
Do you think that Scream Queens exist today in 2016?
Yeah, they do. Well, I'm talking to one. There's a bitch right here. I mean, I think they clearly exist. I think what's different now is they're even more empowered than they used to be. They're not just the actors now. They're like you. They're the filmmakers themselves. And to me, that I think is something that's changed where we are. I think we live in a world where everybody has their own cameras and they're able to create their own world. They're able to build their own careers. So the Scream Queens today aren't just on screen. You know, they've taken it to another level. And that's why I think they exist today, and they actually probably have more weight behind them to last even longer. You know, than just having started one movie or, you know, two movies now. They can keep going and get behind the screen and direct, you know what I mean? So to me, I think that's why the Scream Queens, like, why they work today. You know?
Up to our audience.
My name's Roxanne, Bordeaux. I'm a filmmaker, a director, and editor, and writer and stuff.
Fantastic. So what is your definition of a Scream Queen?
A strong female protagonist who can effectively convey fear and passion and, you know, just ooze sort of attraction in the audience.
So who is your all-time favorite Scream Queen?
I love Linda Blair. I think she's amazing, although she was just a child, so I don't know if she was a queen, more of a princess at the time of The Exorcist.
Do you have any favorite modern-day Scream Queens?
I don't think there are enough, to be honest. I think there should be more. I mean, there is like American Horror Story and stuff like that, but I don't think they're particularly great.
And you're from the UK, right?
Yeah.
So is it different over in the UK? Do you guys have UK Scream Queens, or do you kind of fall into following the American Scream Queens?
I think it's mainly American, really. I can't really name any UK Scream Queens at all. Can you?
No.
No, I didn't think so. I can, yeah. Maybe I can make one.
There you go.
I'll put one in my next film.
Thank you.
No.
My name is Todd Nunes, and I am the writer and director of All Through the House.
Which you can currently see where?
On video on demand, iTunes, Vudu, Amazon, cable, all major platforms, PlayStation, and Xbox.
Awesome. Now, what is your definition of a scream queen?
My definition of a scream queen is strength and someone who's willing to go into the basement and to take those risks. And somebody who is also not just out for themselves. And they found a responsibility in helping others. It's that David and Goliath story that I love so much. And strong women fighting back. It's a sign of the time. No longer are they just sitting around and screaming. So my favorite scream queen of all time, besides the lovely Jessica Cameron and my beautiful sister Ashley Mary Nunes, is of course Jamie Lee Curtis.
Yes.
Because I know, right? I know. I love everything about her. In fact, I'm never starstruck, and I don't follow a lot of people, but I've always followed Jamie Lee Curtis ever since I saw her in Halloween. I follow her to this day. I've met her 3 times. I absolutely love her, and I think she is what really embodies the strong female. Final girl.
Do you think that scream queens exist today in 2016?
They absolutely exist today. They're all over the place. I mean, come on. Horror, rightly so, belongs to the women because they are what is given horror life. And at first it was looked down upon and people were like, you can't do that. But this is the female action movie star. This is where they are the heroes and they are the ones who rescue them. So we absolutely have scream queens today, and I love scream queens.
Okay, we are here at Screamfest. State your name and what you're here with.
My name's Damon. I'm here with nothing. I'm just here to watch this year. Nobody wanted my film.
Everybody wants your film. Okay, so I want to know, what to you is the definition of a scream queen?
For me, I think a scream queen is somebody who becomes synonymous with especially a certain type of horror film. You're looking at sort of like the slasher genre, I would say. And I guess becomes famous for that because their roles involve a lot of screaming. And I think it's like a pedestal thing for the horror genre, where you become so famous for it that's what. But sorry, they broke my concentration. Yeah, you become so famous for it that it's like the title that you're now a part of horror genre lore.
Who is your favorite scream queen of all time?
I think that will probably have to be Jamie Lee Curtis.
What is her favorite movie?
What is her favorite movie?
What is the favorite movie that she's been in of yours?
Halloween.
Classic.
That's a pretty obvious answer, but
It's a
doesn't
good
mean it's
one.
bad.
Awesome. Now, I'm with the lovely other beautiful half of Miss Damon Rickard, Miss Annette. Same question.
Rickard sandwich.
Right? So what to you is a scream queen?
Well, I'd have to say I have to agree with Damon. It is
Come
a
up with
pedestal
something
thing.
your
I
own.
can't. Don't think.
Right, I'm getting alcohol.
You know what I ordered?
Yes. You guys okay?
Yeah, I think it is a pedestal thing, but I don't think you can put yourself on it. I think you have to be put there. You can't just suddenly say, I'm a scream queen, and you are. I think it is synonymous. Synonymous. Don't tell him, please. Don't tell him. Synonymous with films of a certain horror genre or horror that, yeah, a lot of screaming happens, and you just get made famous for that scream. And unfortunately, my favorite is probably Halloween and Jamie Lee Curtis as well.
Not unfortunately, she's awesome.
No, she is awesome, yes, but I don't have a different answer from him.
You don't have the same answer? I have the same fucking answer, because it's the best one.
Yes, she's very good. Or Janet Leigh in Psycho. She's very good as well. That death scene in the shower is quite good. But yeah, that's all I have to say about that.
Do you think that it changes depending upon if you're based in the UK or the US? Obviously, you're a UK-based filmmaker.
Yeah. I mean, I think probably weirdly, scream queens seem to be more a thing in the US than they do in the UK. But I'm not sure why, because the UK has horror films and screamy ladies, and I don't know why it should make any difference, but I think Scream Queen does seem to be more US based, I seem to think.
Hi, I'm Lisa Bolekaja. I'm one of the co-hosts of Hilliard Guess's Screenwriters Rant Room. I also write for Bitch Flicks, and I'm a real horror hound. Love horror, grew up with it. Horror will save your life. I am the advocate for horror for children. Globally, children should learn and love horror. Parents need to do better and teach their children to watch horror because it saves your life.
I agree. Now, what is your definition of a scream queen?
A scream queen is that smart friend who sees all the angles, who recognizes firsthand what the issue and problem is. Like they know the danger from jump. And they're the ones that pretty much help other people survive if they listen to them. And like I said, they're always the loyal friend. They're just these really resilient, and most of them are really resilient like women who just have these great skills at survival. And a lot of times they get these survival skills when they didn't even realize they had them. So I love watching movies where someone thought they were one way, and then that character surge comes through and they end up saving themselves and other people along the way. So huge fan of The Final Girl. My all-time favorite,
Yes.
Can I tell you?
You sure can.
And I know everyone probably always says this, but I'm gonna say it again anyway because she's the goddess, Jamie fucking Lee Curtis. And I say this because the most amazing moment I had was going to the drive-in and seeing Halloween for the first time and having me connect with Jamie Lee Curtis as a kid and realizing that when I get to high school, I want to be like that girl. And all the movies she's been in, from The Fog to everything else, she's always been that smart, resilient, loyal person that survives. And I always thought that if I ever got a chance to make horror movies or write horror, I always wanted to write female characters that were just like her. So there's many who come through that I love, who've been on the come up in terms of scream queens, but I always have to get up to the original goddess, which is Jamie Lee Curtis. I mean, give it up.
Do you believe that scream queens exist today?
Oh God, yes. There are some new, especially in independent film. Hi, Jessica. There's lots of new up and comers, but I think right now is really trying to celebrate them. So one of my goals for next year is to really start going through and looking at really great horror talent and really promoting them. There's a lot of great talent out there. There's tons of new Jamie Lee Curtises out there that just need to be given their due. And I don't know. I just feel like there's always going to be a time and a place for scream queens, and I love them, and you know what? Keep bringing it.
You need something? What? No, I'm fine. Thank you.
Okay, so what do you think a scream queen is?
I think a scream queen is a very sexist term used to degrade women and, you know, closed doors for men. Why can't we have any scream kings?
You can. Why have you not cast any?
Because I don't do slasher films.
I know. I am high.
So I don't need screaming. Screaming is... It's a very melodramatic tool to use in a film. And you could argue it's too much. I think that's my
Who's your
answer.
favorite scream queen?
That's how to do it here. He's one of my customers.
That's like asking me what's my favorite horror film and who's the lead in it? Is that basically the question?
No. Who's
Or
your
is
favorite
it
scream queen?
what
Who
makes
you
a good?
consider to be a scream queen? That's up to interpretation. And you can totally take off your Van sunglasses to answer this.
No, I need my filmmaker sunglasses right now. My favorite, I don't know.
Your favorite scream queen of all time?
Who's the one in Cheerleader Massacre? She's good. Or the aerobics one, Aerobicide. That's a good one. That's a good slasher. I can't remember her name, but she's really good and very new. That's a good one. I'm sorry I cannot remember her name. She's very good. She's like burnt all over. No, that's the slasher in it. But the lead in Aerobicide. That's going to be my answer.
And company, Ernie Trinidad with ErnieTrinidad.com.
Check out his website. So I want to know, what is your definition of a scream queen?
definition of a scream queen. Well, obviously you have to have the chops and the vocals to shatter eardrums, but that's the stereotypical scream queen. So it really comes down to who's going to be the final girl and who's going to remember her 20 years down the road. So I think that really sums it up.
Now, who is your favorite scream queen of all time?
Hands down, Jamie Lee Curtis. That's where it started with Halloween, and she's always been there. Even now, basically, Scream Queens, go figure.
Right?
So, nice tie-in. So,
now,
yeah.
Do you feel Scream Queens exist today, or are you thinking they're more based in previous decades?
It's probably they're more prominent back in the 70s and 80s, because now and then I think the definition of Scream Queen has changed, and their women's place in horror films have became stereotypes. So maybe we'll rewind the clock, go back a generation to get to be what they used to be.
Awesome, thank you. I'm gonna grab your press. Okay, darling, state your name and who you're with.
I'm Ray Mcdermott with Film Radar and Screamfest.
Awesome. So I want to know, what is your definition of a scream queen?
Definition of a scream queen
In your opinion.
is someone who can scream their lungs out and faces all kinds of danger.
And who is your favorite scream queen of all time?
Of all times, well, it has to be the classic Fay Wray.
And what movie of hers is your favorite?
Of course, King Kong. Of course, she was also, Dr. X, Mystery of the Wax Museum.
And how old were you when you first saw her movies?
Probably 6 or 7.
And do you believe that scream queens are alive and well in 2016?
Yes, definitely. I'm talking to one right now.
You're biased. Who are some of your favorite scream queens of today's generation?
Well, obviously, Jessica Cameron.
I feel like that's biased because I'm here.
But it's true.
I love you too, aside from me.
Aside from you. I think you're on the top of the game right now.
Well, I love you and I'm honored. Thank you.
Okay.
And we are at Screamfest. This is the night. I hope everyone's having a great fucking time. Okay,
Are you one of them?
maybe. But that's not part of this discussion. I just want to know
She's interviewing you right now.
What do you think a scream queen is?
Scream queen is, like if you take like this kitty with you and put it in a box and then move the box, and then the sound that it's making this cat is kind of this scream queen, perfect scream,
I feel like that's the worst answer again. I'm going to
I think it's the best one you're gonna get. That's amazing. That's an amazing answer.
Try again.
It really
What is
is.
a
That's
scream
great,
queen?
great
It's not
answer.
and turns.
A scream queen is not a
It was exciting. It got me curious. That was a great answer. It really was. It was amazing.
That was very good. I only was honest.
That was really
High five, man. You did it.
That was really
It was
good.
not. Okay, try one more take. What is a scream queen?
Okay, second time. Do you know Schrödinger? It's like the paradox. When you make this cat into the box and you don't know exactly if the cat is alive or it's dead. You know what? The cat screams, so it's alive. So it's a scream queen. What do you want?
I'm going to show just who you are.
Okay, you're taking, this. Oh, you have like this LED circle. Oh, it's cool, eh?
So then who is your favorite scream queen, aka cat?
My favorite cat, I had one that, he died. He died, and I photographed. I told you. I told you.
Yeah, you did a photo project out of
Yeah,
it.
but you know what? When he died, in the moment, he screamed. He screamed as hell. So that's, my favorite scream queen cat. I can tell you. For sure.
You're the best
Thank you so much for checking out Scream Queen Stream. We hope you loved it as much as we do.
If you want to see more of our videos, check out our YouTube page. And while you're there, how about you subscribe? You want to see more? Just tweet us. Find us on Facebook. Join in on the fun.
And most importantly, if you really want to join us on this crazy ride, check out our Patreon page and become a patron for amazing, awesome perks that we give out monthly.
As well as early access to all of our videos.
Free giveaways.
And a whole lot more fun shit.
So check it out.
We'll see you there.
Stay bloody.
You stole my tagline.
I did.
You're a horrible friend.